Good morning. It is Wednesday, December 11th. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett here on News 6 Plus and ClickOrlando.com. I'm Bridgett Ellison. Great to be with you this morning on this hump day. And we do have a hump in the weather that we will be getting over today because you'll need to be prepared for some rain and then some cold air. Also, this morning, we'll recap some of your top stories, take a look at traffic, and we have a live interview with a local law firm that is giving to charity monthly through different nonprofits that are nominated, and we'll hear more about all the nonprofits they've been able to help and what they have planned for December coming up in that live interview in about 15 minutes. But first, let's head over to the Pinpoint Weather Center with Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. And yeah, it's chilly back there. It's chilly. That's what it's going to feel like later, right?
This is the problem. The problem is, I don't mean to, vent about the
Complain.
studio, but when it's cold outside, it's hot in here. So you wear all the layers because, it's winter weather, and then you're like dying and sweating in here. And then when it's hot outside, it's freezing in here. Ugh,
Yes, it's
so cold.
and the
Can't even think.
sniffles. The sniffles are trying to start, like you said,
I heard
just
you
from the
starting to
like.
sniffle by the end of
Mm-hmm.
the show.
Mm-hmm.
No. Well, let me know if I have anything running during this
Yes.
Breakfast with Bridget
Yes.
segment. All right. Yeah, really talking about a roller coaster of a day today. We have a lot to talk about. So we have a cold front that's coming through later on this morning, early afternoon, should be clearing out by about 2-3 o'clock. With it comes a little bit of some heavy rain, some gusty winds, even the potential for a strong, isolated, strong to severe storm in the forecast. Now, once that clears out, it's going to be moving really fast, but so will the cold air behind it, Bridget, and that is going to make temperatures start tumbling as early as this evening. So it is going to be
Mm.
quite a roller coaster of weather for the next at least 24 hours or
So
so.
this time tomorrow we'll be in like a heavier jacket.
I'll be, you know what? I might be in shorts and a t-shirt because if it's cold outside, it's going to be warm in
Oh,
here. But yes,
that's
the
right.
rest of
That's right.
Central Florida will be wearing, the Central Florida will be wearing the layers tomorrow. Now, if you are running out the door today and maybe all your activities this afternoon, you won't be getting really home until later on this evening, throw the jacket in the back seat just in case, because although it's a warm start, it's going to be much cooler by the time you're heading home later on today. So
All
it's
right.
it's just one of those wonky ones. You need the rain gear and you need the sweater, especially if you're going to be out till
Gotcha.
before
Like
sundown.
five
Yeah.
o'clock. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I'll show you
Gotcha.
why in just a second. All right, let's take it to the maps and show you what's going on. Because we do have the mention of some strong to severe storms in the forecast, and really the timing of when this front's coming through, very inconvenient time. It's an inconvenient weather day across parts of Central Florida. Now, with that being said, that fast line of heavy rain won't be here all throughout the day, but when it comes through, it will be dumping a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Thankfully, that front's not going to sit overhead, so rainfall accumulations will only be at about a quarter of an inch or so. But then the winds will be picking up behind the front as well as the temperatures will be dropping. So not only will it be a cold start, we're also talking about a little bit of a wind chill in play tomorrow morning. So you can see here the severe weather risk looks like this: a marginal level 1 out of 5 here for an isolated threat for a strong or severe storm across areas of Lake, Sumter, Marion, Flagler County. But that main line really will weaken as it moves into parts of Central Florida. So with that front coming through, rain chances will be up to about a 60 to 70% today. Right now, the bulk of the moisture is just to our north, and then that line will continue to approach our northern zones by about 11 o'clock in the morning through Marion, Sumter County, right there along 75 into Flagler County as well. Between about 12 to 2, that's where that line will go from 75 to the I-4 corridor. But notice that the line kind of starts breaking apart a little bit. So the rain won't be as strong or as heavy as it will be for your friends further to the north. But notice also the coloring changes behind this front. As that front finally clears southern Brevard County by about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, that cold air is going to be rushing in. It's going to be rushing in fast as temperatures will be dropping into the 50s this afternoon and into the evening hours down into the 40s overnight. So the wind gusts will also be at play. Not only will we be seeing heavy rain, the gusty winds will also be there. So by about 1 o'clock, as that front is basically right overhead, there will be times that our wind gusts will be up to about 30 miles per hour. But even into the evening, the temperatures are dropping, the breeze is still there. making it feel even colder into the overnight. So as we take you here hour by hour, highs today will be back to near normal, the mid to upper 70s. But once that front clears, temperatures again, you can see them dipping quick. By 8 p.m., we'll already be in those mid 50s, which is colder, about 10 degrees colder than what we're experiencing right now out the door. And then tomorrow out the door, this is what you're going to be expecting. 36 will be our wake up temperature in Ocala, 43 in Daytona, 44 in Kissimmee. Still a touch in those low 50s, though, in Brevard County. But when you're really factoring in the wind chill, the feels like temperature, what it's going to be feeling like to the skin will be below freezing in areas like the Villages, feeling like 30 degrees. But even along I 4,
Oof.
will be feeling, I know, like 36 degrees. Now, if that's just way too cold for you, it's going to be a chilly Thursday afternoon as well. But then we'll be ramping back into the mid to upper 70s just in time for the weekend. So the roller coaster event, that dip is going to be a fast dip. It's coming in fast, so it'll be not lasting very long, and we'll be climbing right back up by the time we head into Saturday and Sunday. As of now, looks like possibly the weekend before Christmas, we'll be timing out a front. Will it get here? Will it not? We're still kind of in flux right now on some of the modeling.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Kegist, David Nazario are real YouTubers on News 6 Plus and clickorlando.com and our YouTube channel. They're really trying to iron out that extended long range forecast. And right now, it's just still too up in the air right now. It could be a warmer than
Mm-hmm.
normal Christmas, or it could be a colder than normal Christmas. We're still kind of waiting for that. But as of right now, it looks like we'll be staying in the 70s until then.
Yeah, and when I saw that map you showed the early Thursday with those 30s,
Yes,
and that makes me think about just ice and frost and snow, and but it doesn't last long enough. That's why we don't have to worry about it, and there's not enough. The
exactly.
conditions just
Exactly.
aren't right.
And the breeze is strong enough that most of us won't have to deal with too much frost because you
Mm-hmm.
need kind of calm winds for frost. But
Okay.
if you're in one of those locations where you're maybe more of a sheltered area, maybe where the wind might not be hitting it, certain patches in your neighborhoods and things like that might have a little bit of frost. But even though temperatures
Okay.
are dipping that low, the frost potential isn't extremely high. So,
Great.
but still, it's still going to be feeling like 35 degrees. So
Yeah. Freeze or
you'll be looking like this tomorrow morning.
yeah. Bundle it up. Get that blanket out.
Yeah.
Extra jacket. All righty. Well, thank you, Candace. We'll
You're
get ready.
welcome. Yeah.
All right, now let's get ready to get on the roads. And traffic safety expert Trooper Steve standing by there just over Candace's shoulder. And you have something fun for us today. A new friend we're
Yeah,
going to meet.
absolutely. Headed over to Orange County Animal Services today at 10 a.m. for our monthly visit to find one of these babies a home. And I say babies because they're all babies. I don't care if they're 15 or they're puppies. This right here, this beautiful little girl,
Oh,
she is 6 years old. Her name's Snubble. And it's
just like
it's a very
Snoopy.
interesting, yeah, right. Her colors are just absolutely gorgeous. So her story is an interesting story because I'll tell you a little bit about her while we're looking at that cute little nose right there. So she's a sweet 6-year-old girl that came in as a stray, and she's been adopted and returned 2 times. So I want to let our viewers know neither time for something that she did. So the most recent time that she got returned was actually pretty sad because her owner was just recently diagnosed with very, very severe cancer, could no
Sad.
longer care for Snubble. So Snubble is a great dog, and she's, from what I'm told, phenomenal with people. However, we know how some of our puppies are. They don't like each other. So this is going to be a human house dog,
Mm-hmm.
looking just for a lot of that love and attention. I hear she's super compassionate, and they're from what they've seen so far with her at the shelter. She's not a big fan of being around other puppies. That's not saying that a little work and some socialization can't get her there, but no. Looking at this face, a lot of people, they look at it and they see that pit bull, they see those ears, and they're like, "Oh, I don't want a dog like that." Well, why not? Just because
Mm-hmm.
the society has put this stereotype on these dogs doesn't mean that that's how they are. It's how they were raised by humans, and that's why they act the way they do. So this girl is I'm hearing is precious. And Bridgett, I get to spend some time with her today at 10 o'clock. And, we are right at this point, we are what, 9 for 9 dogs
Yeah.
through the year. Every dog that we have featured has gotten a home, to include my double seniors.
Hmm.
Last month got picked up the same day in the middle of the stream. So our goal today is to make sure Snubble finds a home. I will personally sponsor her adoption fee if someone wants to go and reference me and the reason why they're going to go adopt her. But none of these dogs should be there. They
Yeah.
all enjoy companionship, and I will be blue in the face. And if this is the only thing I
Yeah.
am excited about doing, then so be it.
No, and you know that I
Yeah.
know you care. You know, when I found the dog in my neighborhood a few months back, about 6 months back, and you were one of the first people I texted, like, who
You
can I
called me
call?
right away.
And then my neighbor ended up keeping her for a long time, but then they found a foster home for her, and she was also like a pity mix, and she was so sweet.
Right.
So yeah, you're right. And how old is Miss Snubby?
So she is 6 years old. So she's fully
Okay.
grown. I'm not really sure how big she is because I got to see some
Uh
video that I
huh.
wasn't able to send over. I, Looks are a little deceiving because she looks big, and then sometimes I get there and they're just short.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what her little legs look. Maybe they call her Snub for a reason. Maybe she's got some little snubby legs or something like that. We'll see. But I'll roll around with her at 10 a.m. today for a good
Cute.
15-20 minutes. Click Orlando, YouTube, New 6 Plus, all that stuff, and I'll have it plastered all over my social media
Awesome.
later on today as well.
Looking forward to that.
So let's get out to the roads because this morning we were a little busy. My camera's acting up, so just bear with me. I'll show you this just for a second, letting you know all your lanes are now back open along, sorry, I didn't push play, along I-4 out here. We were seeing some major delays westbound right at John Young Parkway this morning for a vehicle crash that happened right in the center lanes. OPD, road rangers, fire department got out there and do what they do and cleared that up. Your lanes are back open as well down here in Osceola County at Buenaventura. The delays you're seeing are the delays that are meant to be there. This morning, the southbound lanes, we were seeing some problems. Some more good news to an unfortunate situation in DeLand, just east of that area. We were completely shut down where you're seeing those cars in that small DOT video for a fatal crash investigation this morning. I think I just got some information in my inbox about that crash. It does look, let's see what it is. It's going to be a vehicle, Bridgett, again, vehicle versus pedestrian.
Hmm.
And the pedestrian, unfortunately, appears to be a 19-year-old female that was killed out
Oh
on scene out there.
no. Oh no.
So, of course, that family's in our prayers. But listen, safety first, guys. It's the holiday season, a lot going on out there. But roadways are back open. Your drive times, not horrible. 29 minutes from Sanford to downtown. And that's just because of that delay that's sitting there. And if you're cruising out by Lake Jessup, you are good to go. Now, I'm going to take over your stream for 1 second, Bridgett, and
Hmm?
do a shameless plug because tonight I'm going skydiving.
Ah.
So tonight, over at iFly Indoor Skydiving, myself and Major Ken Chapman with the Salvation Army are teaming up to raise money. Experience the thrill over at iFly with us today from 5 to 7 o'clock. Everything that is spent today will be going directly to support the local programs here. So if you come out between 5 and 7 and want to fly and you buy a ticket, you are supporting not only your community as a whole, but the Salvation Army, so they can do great things. And you get to come and meet me, Major Ken Chapman, and
Now
maybe we'll
see,
fly together.
I thought that I thought you and the captain are gonna go. The major are gonna go up in the. Are you going up in there?
We will.
Oh, you will.
We
Okay.
will.
Okay.
We'll both go up in there
Okay.
at one point, but then when they want people to come out, if you want to fly with us, you can hop in and fly with us.
Okay. Now, have you done this before?
I've done the real stuff.
Okay, but not this tube thing.
Not this tube thing. So maybe I'll be
Yeah.
bouncing around on the glass in there a little bit when I lose control. But
I cannot
have you
wait for
done it?
this video tomorrow.
Have you done it?
No.
Do you want to do it?
No.
She's like, I'm on camera, Steve.
No.
All
Maybe
right,
I don't
so
know. Maybe I'm just Yeah, you
Well,
got to
then
talk me into that.
I do think they're sending Charles down there with me tonight, or one of our photographers. So we will definitely
We
have
might come
footage
look
in the
at you because
morning.
it's not too far from me. We bring the
I was about to say
kiddos. We just come
I could throw a
spectate.
rock kind of close in that side of town. So I'll see you later.
All right, thanks. See you then.
See ya.
Okay, a couple quick checks of some of the top stories this morning. Then we'll get to our local law firm that is doing a monthly charity giveaway. Talk to them about that in a few minutes. But first, though, this is a really disturbing story. Our Angie Casada is on this morning. It's a video you'll only see on News 6. We want to warn you, it is sort of disturbing and shocking here. A man was caught on a home surveillance camera opening fire on a house in the middle of the day where the pregnant mother of his child is there. And so that suspect is now under arrest. Here is Angie with more on that story.
Home security cameras captured the terrifying scene on Orchid Lane in Osceola County. Cameras catching the moment deputies say David Gomez fired shots at the house with the mother of his unborn child inside.
And he started shooting like 2 times. And then he run from the front and the back here, and he started shooting like 3 times near to the gate.
Our News 6's Catherine Silver sat with the property owner, Jenny Rivera. 3 bullets pierced the fence, damaged her car, and sent the homeowner running to protect her family.
And my husband said, go to the room and lock yourself and the baby. I thought that they killed my husband because I was in the room and I heard about 3 times. I said, oh my God, it was they killed my husband.
After the shooting, deputies say Gomez fled before a chase on I-75 in Charlotte County ended with his arrest. Records show Gomez has a history of run-ins with the law.
We will keep you updated as that story develops. Also, this morning, we want to tell you about the Guardian discussion because that's something we've been following. The school board in Orange County is still negotiating to try and keep police officers on patrol in several schools. As we told you, 5 cities say that the district isn't offering enough funding so that they can keep up with the rising cost to do this. News 6's Mark Lehman explains more on what's happening in those discussions with the school board and possible solutions.
It was a difficult discussion Tuesday as the Orange County School Board talked about the possibility of guardians in some schools instead of resource officers because of a lack of funding.
Is anybody else a little sick at their stomach that we have to have this conversation?
The district says it offered a 3-year plan to law enforcement partners starting at $72,000 and rising to $75,000. Some cities, however, say they can't afford it. 30 schools would be impacted in Apopka, Ocoee, Windermere, Winter Garden, and Winter Park.
We will have students that are in those 5 municipalities that will not want to go to those schools because they don't believe that the Guardian is the safest option.
Guardians are trained to provide campus security instead of SROs, but they're much more limited. For instance, they're unable to make arrests or break up student fights. With the school board in agreement that officers are the best option, Chair Teresa Jacobs says she wants to see an analysis to see if funds can be redistributed to cover all Orange County schools.
I think we need to rethink how we are asking, what we're expecting out of each jurisdiction.
All right, we'll be following the latest developments on that. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with Chubb Law in Lake Mary to talk about their monthly charity efforts. We've been talking about the holidays a lot lately here, and one of the things that happens during the holidays is gift giving, of course. We've been talking about the Angel Tree and so many different charity efforts, and this morning we have Mitch Chubb at Chubb Law with us from Lake Mary, and good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
I was excited to see that you all at Chubb Law have been doing some charity efforts regularly, not just around the holidays. Tell us more about how that started.
Yeah, and before we get into that, I really think you got to reconsider the skydiving thing. Good
Oh.
cause. You got to do it.
You know what? If you want to give to charity, some other charity, maybe we can work something out. I don't know. I'm just a chicken with that kind of stuff.
I'm sure your kids already think you're Superwoman, but that reinforces it.
Yeah, they did notice that place when we came out of WonderWorks, and so I thought, maybe one day, guys. I'm not going to say never. I didn't say never, but anyway. It is for a
It
good
sounds
cause,
fun.
though.
Good cause.
And
Yeah.
Salvation Army, they have their kettles, they have their angels, and so they do a lot of fundraising year round. But this time of year is like the bread and butter for them to run all year round. But so you all at your law firm have been able to sort of support nonprofits throughout the year.
Yeah, yeah. So we're a personal injury law firm, and we started the firm in 2021. And that first year, we were certainly just hoping to pay the bills, and we were blessed enough to have some success that year. And so, the end of 2021, we were looking for good causes to give to, and we did find some, but kind of out of that search, my wonderful wife came up with the idea of a monthly giveaway. And so we started that in January of 2022. And basically we harnessed the power of social media and said, hey, we're going to do these giveaways. And so everybody on social media nominate deserving causes, and we're going to choose them at random. So that's back when we started doing that.
Yeah, and so you said this started in 2022, not too long after you started the firm. And so what were some of those, we have some pictures here of some of the groups you've been able to help. What have been some of the stories that have come out of this, or how those nominations came to you and you were able to narrow it down? Because I'd imagine it's probably hard to choose.
Yeah, so we always choose them at random. We have kind of this flywheel thing that we plug all the entries into, and there's one selected at random. And honestly, the best part about it from a selfish point of view is just meeting the founders of these nonprofits and hearing the inspiring stories behind them. So this right here, this is Warrior and Me. That's Chris. And so Warrior and Me, Chris's wife, Laura, went through a battle with cancer. And through that experience, they were blessed by another family who gave them some awesome opportunities and kind of helped them not feel so alone. And so out of that experience, they started Warrior and Me, which serves to be there for people going through cancer and their families. And so we have a few others here. This is Ladies 327. That's Kim. This is Tyler's Dream. Can we hold this one?
I don't know.
Or
Are
we can
we
talk
able to
about.
pause it, or is it like a video? I think it's just like a video.
Okay.
It's
All
just
right.
it's like
Yeah.
a slideshow, but she's gonna try
Yeah.
to pause it.
Okay, we can do this one. This one's
There it is,
one of my
Tyler's Dream. There's
Tyler's
Tyler's
Dream.
Dream.
So this is Jennifer in the blue shirt there. Her son went through a battle with a rare disease, and kind of through that process, that battle, he just felt alone. And so unfortunately he's no longer with us, but Jennifer, in honor of him, started Tyler's Dream. His name was Tyler. And so it's designed to be there for kids who are suffering from that same disease that he did, and really just love on them and provide them opportunities and make sure that they understand that they're not alone. So just awesome stories behind these.
Yeah, and I would imagine that, like you said, you've met so many people along the way through those connections as well in the community. So these charities, they're all over Central Florida, or mostly around the Lake Mary area, or how does that work out?
Yeah, so all over Central Florida. And, we've been blessed in that the charities we've been able to help and connect with, most of them are all very small, and lots of them it's a one person deal. And so these people all have full-time jobs, and they're working, their regular job during the day, and then they're putting in all the time and energy to these nonprofits, to these causes they're passionate about at night or over the weekend. And so, the funds that we're able to provide are really a big help. And so that's my strong preference is for causes like that. But obviously there's so many good causes out there. So.
Yeah, and I think that this is a great way to support others. And so how can we get in touch with these charities and learn more about some of these groups you're supporting and what you're doing at the firm?
Right. So all of our winners, we do our best effort to get the word out there about them through our social media, and we also do some other hard mailing efforts. And then, like this month, we have not done our December giveaway yet, and so it's open right now. And so, anyone watching, I'm sure you're aware of a good cause or somebody pursuing profit efforts that they're passionate about. And so we would encourage you to submit those for entry. It's open. You can do that through our website, Chubb Law. You can just Google it. It'll pop up, or any of our social media, Chubb Law, Facebook, Instagram. And we're looking forward to connecting with these awesome individuals and causes.
Yes, this is wonderful, and keep up the great work. Congratulations with everything. And so we look forward to hearing who the giveaway will be for this month. So we want to wish you all happy holidays. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thanks so much, Bridgett.
Take care. All righty. That's going to do it for us this morning. We are out of time, but we'll see you back here again tomorrow at 7:30, and hopefully see some fun video of Trooper Steve doing that skydiving. But take care, and I'll see you again for more updates at